Today I'm sharing with you my first trimester must-haves. I am now 18 weeks pregnant and I had a really rough first trimester. If you haven't watched, I just put up a video a couple weeks on first trimester recap and went over everything I was dealing with. It was honestly the two toughest months that I've ever dealt with physically. And I was sick the entire first trimester. So it was a lot. I also have a video on my lab pregnancy test and then telling my husband I was pregnant with a Yeti cooler. It was a really cool experience. So exciting. So today I'm going to show you my first trimester must-haves. I've watched a lot of these videos and I watched them throughout my first trimester journey and learned a lot from them and got so many ideas on things that were helpful. So I'm hoping that this will be helpful for you as well. And I will have everything linked down below in the description box. And everything's from Amazon. Yeah, everything's from Amazon. And I will also have a link to a blog post. So if you want to read the blog and then get a little bit more detail on each one, I will have that linked for you down below as well. So first one is liquid IV. And I don't know what it was, but I used to love water. Like I would get some, water right out of the fridge. Don't like it too cold, don't like it too warm, but right out of the fridge, the dispenser, it was like perfect temperature and it was just so refreshing, so delicious. As soon as I got pregnant, I was like, I took a sip and I'm like, I don't want any more. So it was really hard to stay hydrated and I would really have to force myself to stay hydrated. I tried different things to stay hydrated. And so honestly, this is what worked best for me. I did have more juices and things like that. I talked to my aunt who's a nurse and she said, Kelly, like right now, don't worry about your calories. Don't worry about the sugar and juice. Just stay hydrated. So I did drink more juice than I typically like to do, but I did make sure I had at least one of these every single day, and it helps so much. So this is liquid IV, and it's a hydration multiplier, and they say one stick is worth 3 bottles of water. And so it's just electrolytes, it's non-GMO, it's vegan, it's gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, made in the US, 3 times electrolytes, 5 essential vitamins, B3, B5, B6, B12, and vitamin C. This is a lemon lime flavor. They have tons of different flavors. So I buy it on Amazon. It's delicious. I love liquid IV. These are going to be all over the place, no particular order. I have them all at my feet in like a Nike bag. We went and got shoes for my husband yesterday at the Nike outlet. And so I just walked around the house and I had my list and walked around the house and threw them all in the Nike bag. So if I'm a little out of breath from going up and down, that's why. Next is this lap desk. So this is something that I bought like maybe a week or two into finding out I was pregnant. And honestly, like I just went like from a workaholic to wanting to do nothing, especially my business. And my day job got super busy. I work a day job plus I work a full-time business. And so 40 hours plus however many business hours I was working, 30, 40 business hours. Then when my pregnancy, I was down to about 5. Now I'm back up to about 20 hours. So I do work remote from home. And so I have a full desk, dual monitor setup, all that stuff. Honestly, I was just so exhausted that I just want to be on the couch. I just want to be in bed. So I bought this so I could have my laptop and then my mouse. And it wasn't the dual screen, but the fact that I had my mouse I was a lot more productive, a lot more faster with doing things for my day job and my business. So this has been a game changer for me of working from, my bed, my couch, wherever it is. And, not having the hot laptop on me, not having to worry about that, and just having something I could not have to work at my desk. I do go to my desk for like meetings where I have to, have my camera on, stuff like that. But most of the time, unless I'm like super focused and in my dual screens, most of the time I'm on this. Next is this eye massager. This thing is so cool. My boss actually told me about this. I've been getting terrible headaches since being pregnant, and they're muscular headaches in the back of my neck, and then they come up on my forehead, my temples, and I used to take ibuprofen, can't take ibuprofen anymore, obviously because of the pregnancy. So I bought this, and it has different things. This is air pressure plus heat. You can also do, I don't know if you can hear it. but it's like it's really cool. And it has music. It has all different settings. You could do like no heat, with heat, all these different things, with music, without music, and all different things. So this is amazing. And it has really, really helped with my headaches, which is relaxing when I don't feel good. And I love this thing. Before the next one, I actually want to ask for your help. So I am in the process right now of building my registry, and it's very bare. So I need to find more items for my registry, and I found that it's more complicated than I thought. The more people I talk to, they're like, I loved this. And then I talked to someone else and they're like, I hated that. That was the worst. Or someone was like, hey, this brand of car seats is amazing. This brand of car seats sucks. This is amazing. This you can use. This you can't use. All this stuff. I'm a first-time mom and I need your help. So comment down below. Give me links. Give me whatever you want to give me on products to add to my registry. Must-have products. I want to talk to other moms, other people that have been through this, that are experienced in like what do you need, what do you don't need, and let me know. I'm also going to be doing other videos in the future, like as I have the baby and different things, of things like, hey, I did need this, hey, I didn't need this. And so I love those types of videos. So there'll be more content on that coming soon. But comment down below, what do I need for my registry? Please, please, please help me out. Next is Carnation Instant Breakfast. So especially in the last like 2 to 3 weeks of my first trimester, I would get so hungry, especially at like 2 o'clock in the morning. Like I would wake up ravishing. And when I was in my first trimester, like my appetite went down. Like it was down, down, down. Like I was eating like a third of what I typically would eat. Like I would go to Chick-fil-A and couldn't even finish my meal type of thing. Like, so my appetite went way down, but then at the middle of the night, I was like ravishing. So I found these packets. Now I used to actually eat these in, when I was growing up, I remember my mom making them for me, and like it has such a distinct taste and smell that it like just brings me back to my childhood, and it's delicious and I love these. So just instant breakfast, you mix it with a cup of milk. It has 13 vitamins and minerals. And honestly, it's something that I don't feel bad about eating in the middle of the night. You know, it's somewhat healthy for me. And so Carnation Instant Breakfast for those like late night hungry, but you don't want to have like a full meal in the middle of the night. You don't want to have too much of a snack. You don't want to have a bad snack. Like I feel like this is somewhat nutritious, that drinking in the middle of the night is totally fine. Next is my prenatal. Now I went through many different prenatals because I was getting so sick. I was so sick, so nauseous throughout my whole pregnancy. And we're going to get into some of that stuff in a minute. But this was the only prenatal that didn't make me sick. And so you take 2 of these a day. This is the Spring Valley Adult Gummy Prenatal with DHA and folic acid, which obviously is the most important part, some of the most important parts of it. So I love this. My friend actually bought it for her because one of my best friends is 2 weeks ahead of me. And so she bought it and I was like, ooh, that does not hurt my stomach. I went and bought this big thing on Amazon. And I love it. So it'll be linked down below. But I love this prenatal. Like I said, I tried a bunch of different ones and they just didn't work for me. They would make me nauseous. They would make me throw up. This is the only one that didn't. Speaking of nausea, I have 2 of these nausea sweets, which are organic hard lozenges, sweet peppermint flavor. And these have B6 in them. Which help. These helped me a lot with my nausea. And then these were good as well. Pregnancy pop drops. These are like a sour thing. If you like sour, these were really good as well. Between the 2, this one probably relieved the nausea more, but they didn't completely take it away, but it made it better. But I was nauseous with the whole thing, like 24/7, like not the morning. It was like the 24-hour morning sickness. It sucked. Next up is my massage. I don't want to say the word that comes with this, but you all know what this is. But I'll have a link down below. It's a little pricey, but this thing is amazing. It has different settings. It has different knobs that you can change out. And this is just, I absolutely love this. It feels so good. And I use this mostly in my pregnancy on my neck. I use the smaller one on my neck, my shoulders, my like traps got super tight. And then also my hip flexors. Oh my gosh, my hip flexors hurt so bad. And honestly, I would just have it like in my hip and just press down and move it around like and it felt so good. But I had a really, really, really bad hip flexor pain, and then also my legs would just ache, which my legs do this now, my second trimester as well, where they just ache. They just hurt. Like, it's not like cramps. It's not like Charlie horses. I've had Charlie horse in the past. It's not those. It's legit just hurt. And my legs will be fine all day long. I'll lay in the bed, you know, take a rest during the day. Don't hurt. Lay down for sleep. 9 o'clock, they know it's time to hurt. It's so annoying. And all I can take is Tylenol, and Tylenol does nothing. I used to take ibuprofen because I've had this before pregnancy, but now with pregnancy, it's so much worse. So I'm hoping that now that I'm in my second trimester, I can start exercising more, and now that I have a little bit more energy, and hopefully it'll get better, but they just hurt so bad. So bad. So this massager really has helped, and I'll have it linked down below. Next is a pregnancy journey. This is something that I started right in the beginning of the pregnancy, and just of documenting, you know, my symptoms, how I'm feeling, and just kind of like journaling, bullet pointing what my symptoms are, just so I can look back on it. And then my plan is to continue with this, and then journaling for the first, depending on how fast this fills up, like the first year or two of my child's life. And then, you know, later on giving it to them when they're older, which I think would be so cool. I can put ultrasounds in here and different things like that for them, you know, pictures. But I think this would be an amazing gift that if my mom had given this to me, like when I was 18, or even, you know, getting married, saying, hey, this is, you know, from when we found out we were pregnant with you, and those first thoughts and those first symptoms and everything, like, I think that would just been so special. And like I talked about in the first entry of finding out I was pregnant, and my husband was away. He was in Dallas for a show, and not being able to tell him for 5 days, and just the emotions of not being able to tell him stuff. So just really, really cool to look back on this for years to come. And I bought it's like pink and blue, so it's gender neutral, with like some like gold splatter. So it's super, super cute, good quality. Has a little thing here. It's hardcover, but just pregnancy journal. I think it's really special, and something that I'll be so thankful that I did later on. But I do need to get better at writing at it. I need to like make it a goal to like once a week minimum to write in it. Next is vitamins. So this next one people have talked about so much, and that is Unisom and B6 combination at night. This helped with sleep. With the Unisom helps with sleep. And so it helped with sleep, and then it's supposed to help with nausea the next day. It did help. Like, I noticed a difference if I didn't do it, but it wasn't like foolproof. Like, I did still have nausea. I did still have vomiting, different things like that. I was prescribed Bongesta, and that did nothing. Absolutely nothing. It was like $115 down the drain. For these super bougie pills, they were like, I don't know what it was about them, but they were just bougie. But Unisom B6, this is a great combination. If you are struggling with morning sickness, if you are struggling with nausea, take this at night, and the next day you're supposed to feel better. So hope it works better for you. Next is just some vitamins that I've been taking because of COVID, just to help protect me because I am high risk in pregnancy. So that is zinc, vitamin C, and vitamin D. These are like the trifecta that my doctor told me to take for, you know, just it's good for anyone to take, but especially with being pregnant and COVID, different things like that. So I take these every day, and I feel so much better when I do remember to take them, especially the B6. I notice a really big difference with B6. But yeah, zinc, vitamin C, and D3. So these will all be linked down below. I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you have any suggestions or comments or tips down below in the description box. Also check out the blog post, and let's keep the conversation going. If you want to see my first trimester recap, check out this video here. And if you want to see the video of me telling my husband that I'm pregnant with a cooler, it was interesting, and his full reaction, check out this video here.